Into this game, shall we? In the top right-hand corner of this Yonsu game, the finest Granis that ever came out of Sundval.
And in the bottom left-hand side, we have his red adversary. It's PhantomAtlas.
Oh yeah, and it's Sundval's Granis being one of our regulars.
Yep.
Always
I think
good to
I've
see.
seen him 4 or 5 times in a row now. It's
Something
pretty
like
awesome. We have a few other Sundval's finest players playing today, I believe.
I believe it's Cabrera.
Yeah, Cabrera's there. I'm not sure if anyone else is, but still great to see 2 of them. There was a time they took out 10% of the bracket.
Yeah, that was so good. It's getting harder to do though now.
Yeah, I mean, all these OCL guys popping up everywhere. That is a big clan. It's had like over 800 members or something. Actually, maybe more than that, into thousands.
It's ridiculously huge. And they do also have a clan member who I believe is called Adonminus, who is in Challenger League.
Yes, it's a clan because he is actually in a team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be awesome for these clans to grow. And actually, the difference between clans from teams is that clans are much more friendly social places. I guess you call the SG Rush a bit of a clan in itself.
Yeah, it's a clan atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like Sundval's finest, all coming from Sundval.
Yeah. Which, by the way, was like it was in the news a couple of weeks ago, and this is sort of like it was in the news because some guy got partially eaten by his dog because he refused to get a win treat, and it's just like, guys, come on, give us something better to look at, Sundval. Anyway, we're seeing basically identical openers from both of our players at this point. Any thoughts? The problem I have with this is it's really hard to call stuff this early.
Yeah, especially in TBT. I mean, just seeing there's no gas as well. There's a gas actually for Granis. There's no gas from PhantomAtlas. This is an interesting choice because getting no gas pretty much commits you to 2 kind of styles of TBT. You're either going to go some heavy marine play early on, or you're going to get yourself a fast CC. And he is saving up the money, so I'm predicting a fast CC.
Yep.
It looks like it's going to be on the low ground, so he's going to play very economically. Granis, on the other hand, getting this reactor on the barracks. What do you say about that?
That speaks of aggression. That speaks of I want to punch you in the face. And at this point, PhantomAtlas, I believe, has a worker trying to get into the base that physically can't do it. And therefore the AI is bugging out, as only the AI in this game can. I think he's realised now, which, that actually is a tell. That right there is information that you did not have before. Because if you see the worker doing that, you're all out.
Yeah, and we do see a factory coming down from Granis. So with this reactor and the factory, there is potential for Hellions. There is also potential for winter mines. What do you expect, Nova? I
would like to see some kind of marine tank push, a relatively early marine tank push, and it depends what add-on he puts on the tech lab. But PhantomAtlas being very clever, getting himself down dem watchtowers right now, and also has parked his worker at the back of the natural, which will provide him with the really crucial information about when his opponent expands. I mean, he's not going to see it anytime soon because, frankly, Granis doesn't have the money, and he's going for a drop of some kind.
Yeah, it's going to be a starport, and with this reactor on the barracks, it's probably going to be some kind of drop. I would like a Withermine to come out of this factory. It may not come. Withermine drops can be very deadly, especially against this kind of expansion play. So let's see what Granis does decide to go for.
I mean, he's got the capacity to put 8 Marines in that medevac.
Yeah.
So he might not have to get the mines.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for 8, but a mine is always such a potential damage dealer. It forces out that scan, that's a mule mist. It's a really, really nice tool to use. It's a shame we don't see it used more often, actually. It's kind of fallen out of favour in TVT.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, like, in TVT, as long as you keep your cool even vaguely, you can manage mines. You basically have that thing where, oh, right, they've dropped a mine in my base. Okay, well, I know where it is. I'll build a turret just out of range of it. I'll pull my workers for a few seconds, or maybe I'll sacrifice a marine to the cause. I'll send a marine in, he'll die, and then I've got 45 seconds to build a turret and mine in. And then the turret's up and I can see the mine and kill it. So, I don't know. He's got his 8 marines, and he's not making any more, which is interesting. I think the fact that he's going for this build... Where's that turret going up? Oh, he's putting a turret right next to his main.
Well, it's against some kind of Banshee push. He is going to have 0 anti-air. Of course, he has no idea what his opponent's doing. I don't believe he even sent an scout out. No, he has no idea. He has to be prepared for the kind of Banshee plays. Banshee plays actually being very popular in TVT right now. Have been for a while. The reason being is because if you can force out scans from the opponent, it's almost worth doing that. And you're almost guaranteed to get a few SCV kills if they're not scouted. So they're very, very potent tools.
The problem that Granis is going to have is if he doesn't do some serious damage with this, his opponent is already 11 workers ahead of him and a mule and has exactly the same number of marines.
Yes.
So this is not exactly all in if he can do a ton of damage with it, but if he doesn't, this is functionally an all in. because he doesn't have stim and he doesn't have combat shield, and he's getting +1, which is good, I guess, but he needs them add-ons. Oh, and his opponent's seen everything he needs to see.
Yeah, and this double drop, a second scan coming down. Where is that scan? That is Granis' scan inside the main base of PhantomAtlas. Sees not too much, actually. He does see that starport going down. He does see a few ranks. He didn't see the expansion, so I don't know about this push, Nova.
I think this might be a mistake. I think he's going into a bunker. He's going into as many Marines as he has, and if he just moves forward, the turret's going to shoot his medevac down.
Yeah, actually, even this Marine getting a few pot shots over the tower. Of course, they may less have healing. It's kind of a shame, but I'm wondering, this push, he can drop inside the main base. There actually isn't very much potential damage here. There's that bunker and the turret at the front. It's going to be very hard for Granis to do anything with this.
Oh, and look what PhantomAtlas has done. PhantomAtlas is like, you just came at me with medevacs. I'm going to pull back now.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if he should split his army up so much, because this bunker is now slightly exposed. He's actually going to just lift up, and this could be deadly. There are 5 Marines on this ledge. He's going to boost right next to it. The turret just finishes. This could be... Oh, he does pull out. So Granis now has to have some kind of contingency plan because he cannot continue with this push.
I have a feeling, and I'm slightly worried that he doesn't actually have a contingency for this. And then basically what he had was, I'm going to attack you and pray you don't see it coming. The problem is that he did see it coming, and now he kind of can't push the front anymore.
Yeah, he needs to find some kind of expansion soon. He is going to just kind of try to send some money on aggression. Of course, there's nothing really wrong with doing this at this stage because he has pretty much lost his window. Going for an expansion might not work. Putting on some extra aggression if your opponent decides to fall back and be too greedy might work, but it's going to be hard from here.
Well, he's sending out a tank, which is an interesting idea. If he can do some pushing with it, some pressure, you know your opponent doesn't have tanks because you've seen pretty much what they've got. It would be interesting to see how much damage he could get done with this, basically using the Marines and the medevacs that he has to support that tank, make sure it doesn't die.
Yeah. I mean, worth noting, there's no stim or combat shields for Granis. The stim pack of PhantomAtlas is about 50 seconds complete, so he is going to have stim before Granis. There's no combat shields for Granis. Granis is looking at a severe tech disadvantage as well.
Well, the thing is also to remember, weirdly enough, PhantomAtlas has a Raven.
Yeah,
Granis, don't get too close.
A useful tool, actually. Can throw down those auto turrets if needed. This tank can start punching out this. Actually, it's a bit exposed. He doesn't want it to lose it. A few shots going down on it, and it's not going to quite get there. Oh, sneaking this on the tank. Dead. It's going to run, but it's going to get killed off. It actually picked up very nice marker by Granis. He'll take some damage on those medevacs, though.
Yeah, the problem he has is his opponent's pushing out. The tank isn't sieged. If the tank had been sieged, this might have been
and the tank gets taken down. This army is a superior PhantomAtlas. He has the upgrade advantage with that +1 attack and combat shields, and Granis has to back out.
The only advantage that Granis had there was the medevacs, and that's going to be nullified any second now. Actually, weirdly enough, PhantomAtlas getting himself a second starport with a tech lab on it.
Well, he might be going for some kind of Banshee harass, I don't know. It's not very common. He might be even feeling confident to go for something crazy like battle cruisers, but I'm not expecting that kind of push.
That's super
early in the game.
Oh, yeah. Wow! PhantomAtlas! PhantomAtlas has a worker in his opponent's natural that isn't dead.
Well, this isn't a probe, so it can't be super useful, but
true, but it can see the gas timings.
You can see the gas. It's going to be... I don't know if it's massively useful, but it's a very nice thing to have, of course.
I also love the fact that his opponent did attack it. It's down to 12 hit points.
Yeah, it's... the one you can kind of see Granis' struggle right now. If you look at the supplies, it's 88 to 56. It's going to get harder and harder as game goes on. PhantomAtlas a really strong macro capacity right now.
Especially because he's just pushing out that third base.
Yeah, and this is going to give him a huge advantage. 3 sets of mules. Granis fairly struggling to set out 2 at a time, and this is going to be really hard.
Actually, interesting note for PhantomAtlas, he's putting a Widow Mine behind his third, because it turns out that's a really good place to put tanks. You can bombard the third really easily from the low ground there.
Yeah, I feel it's also going to be nice drop protection. He does need a turret as well, though, because it doesn't one-shot a medevac.
No,
so he needs a little bit more damage. It actually can be a bit annoying because it can damage your own SCVs and stuff is flying over and etc. But it's a nice bit of anti-air. I prefer it versus Zerg myself against Mutalisks because they clump up so much. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be hard for Granis. He's really struggling in the work account. If you just look at the units tab, it's almost 60 to 21 workers. That's just the story of this game right now. He's being really out-macroed, and this is going to be really hard.
Granis is also supply blocked and not building supply depots.
And of course, this is hard. Stim is coming out for him, but there's still no combat shields. And there's only the +1, and well, 1-1 has finished for Granis. And the one is, I guess, the same in upgrades. He has that, but
He doesn't know. Does he have stim and combat shields?
Stim is on the way, but everything else is going in PhantomAtlas' favour right now.
Yeah. Actually, I'm interested in why PhantomAtlas has chosen to go Ravens, because he's made more than one, I think.
Yeah, Ravens they're nice units, actually. Just to have one in the early game against them, because there could have been some kind of Banshee coming out. Cause
there could have been mines.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's excellent, actually, to get against early pushes. Its auto-turret can be very nice. Soak up some of that damage for free.
Also, PhantomAtlas has put a mine in Granis' third.
That's going to be nice for denying the building of the third, actually, if he doesn't fly it over and decides to build it straight there, because... And that's always going to be really annoying, but... Yeah.
It would actually be worse if he flew it. Worse if Granis flew it over.
Yeah.
Because if he flew it over, then the workers that get killed will be the ones that the train of workers that come to mine. He could lose 10 of them at once. Actually, no, he can't lose 10. He can only lose 1, can't he?
Poor little marine gets just destroyed by a mine, but another one is heading out. And this push from PhantomAtlas is looking to end the game here. He is doubling his opponent's supply.
He's got more army supply than his opponent has supply.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really hard for Granis to hold on. And if he does, he deserves some kind of award here. We don't have any SUS just yet, but he deserves one if you can hold this off, because this is going to be really, really difficult.
He's going to lose some marines then.
He loses one marine, and the others will get healed by this medevac. Bunker going to get focused down. A huge stim coming in. Actually, the tank on the high ground doing some nice damage, but it will get focused down. And this bio army is just too great for PhantomAtlas, it looks like.
Well, he's doing some good damage with it. I don't know.
Good engagements with it. He could be fighting. He has got the marauders in here. He's just kind of, I don't know, not quite taking his engagements as well as he could have done. And it's giving Granis another way back into this game. However, this drop into the main of Granis, he only has a single turret to deal with this. He does actually clean it up, but there's attack at the front as well, and this is going to be really hard to deal with.
Yep, this is going to be a lot of pain for Granis. PhantomAtlas might even take the natural. If he loses all of his forces, it might be worth it for that.
It falls.
Auto turret left behind to soak up some fire, I guess.
This is going to be really hard. And there we go. Granis